Today we take a look back at our year and look forward to what next year might be. We are Richmond, and we are It's been a very different year. We've wiped down desks, wore masks, social distance, and more as we fought a year of COVID under a hybrid schedule. But we've made it, and here's a look back at the year.
Discuss what it was like to have the coronavirus and what he had to do to get over it.
At the time, the CDC had I think 9 symptoms, and I had 7 of them. Fatigue, shortness of breath, I had double pneumonia, I had extremely high temperature of 104.4, nausea, 0 appetite, headaches, and dry cough. I was so fatigued and headaches and nausea that I probably wasn't breathing very deeply to begin with, so I didn't notice that until the doctor said I had double pneumonia, and they put me on a respiratory therapy I had to do these exercises 10 times a day. I was being monitored at home. They were trying to keep people out of the hospital.
And now that my career over at RPD is over, I thought I'd come over here and see how things work here and if I could contribute in some way at the high school. Well, I'm just happy to be here. I mean, like I said, some of my best memories from when I was a student here are in this building. I can't hardly walk past any doorway, turn a hall, and without remembering something that happened or something I was involved in when I was a student here many years ago. So I'm really excited to be here and happy to be here.
Kind of in the second phase of 3 phases of renovations in Tiernan right now. Last year, obviously, we had the lights and the sound system were all renovated. This year, we're doing a major bleacher project, replacing all of the bleachers that are in Tiernan. They've been since 1984 have been in there. The company that put them in is no longer in business. The motors were shot. We were actually manually putting out bleachers for basketball games, and it was just not an easy process. So we're doing all new bleachers. The bottom section is basically done. They're actually doing the top section now, and then there's a lot of little different things on the punch list that will complete with that.
Good morning, Richmond High School. Hey, listen, Mrs. Baker and I are here. This is Positive Princess. Principal Baker is here to show you an announcement for positive teacher referrals. All right, so one of the things that we've really wanted to try to do is up our positivity here at Richmond High School. So Positive Princess, Principal Baker and I will be around to teachers' rooms who have been nominated by either students or staff to say thank you for being a positive light here at Richmond High School.
Changing out the water fountains to bottled water filling stations is going very well. With the COVID and stuff went on, it took us a while to get them. It took us nearly 3 months to get these bottle fillers in. We actually installed 7 of them over at the high school.
We are officially a Pepsi school, and you're going to see several of these machines around the school that will be on all day because these are beverages that you can consume all day long.
For the first time at RHS, There will be unified schools, Golden West.
We are a go for track and field. As you know, it's really starting to ramp back up in our community. And the best thing that we can do as a whole is to follow the guidelines of the CDC and the Indiana State Department of Health, which really we have to stop going to large gatherings. You need to socially distance as best you can, wear your mask, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer, and follow any quarantine that is imposed on you or a family member if you are close contact or if you actually get COVID.
Sadly, I think the situation was predictable based on the social media comments by the president and others.
They stormed the Capitol, and like only a few people got hurt. I'm just wondering, what if there were BLM protesters? Would they have been hit with rubber bullets, tear gas, etc., etc.?
Members spent their Saturday afternoon cleaning up Mary Scott Park next to Dennis Middle School. Turnout was good from students and the project was very successful. Next up, the club is planning on doing another cleanup in the near future at Glen Miller Park.
Thursday, on Earth Day, RHS Life Skills Program students had the opportunity to go help with the installation of the Mary Scott Community Orchard. That's located over by Dennis Intermediate School, for those of you who are familiar with the neighborhood. Our students had the opportunity to go in and help plant apple trees and berry bushes. And then we also helped with a little bit of planting of wildflowers.
Earlier this year, we told you about the new RHS Unified Sports Program. Kicked off this spring with Unified Track, and the team held their first team meet earlier this week. Savanah Blair jumped for a personal best, 9'9" and 1/2 inches, and Xavier Parr had a personal best with his 6'3" jump. Rihanna McGuire ran a personal best, 29.3 second 100-meter dash. All three members of our first ever unified team represented RHS well with great sportsmanship and fierce competition.
Earlier this week, COVID-19 vaccination eligibility was open for everyone 16 years old and up. Some students at RHS have even started getting them. The next Tuesday, the mask mandate in Indiana expires. Is it too soon? Will you get the vaccine? Will the state mandate the vaccine for all students to open schools back up normally for next year?
Vaccination should be your individual choice. If you want to get vaccinated, you can. I think that's up to your parents and to the teachers who are here. I myself have chosen to get vaccinated. I got my second shot 2 days ago, so I'm definitely into the vaccination pool, but I think that comes down to your individual choice. That's some of what America's about.
Some places should have masks, some should not. I mean, I feel like it should be optional. It would be decided on what their opinions were. Change much.
I think that COVID vaccination should not be mandatory, but mask mandate should still be mandatory.
We're really happy with how the library looks now. We've got some new furniture, makes it look very comfortable. I like how light and open it feels. The flooring is beautiful. There are still some more new carts coming and some new display shelves coming. The circulation desk will be new, and when it gets here, we'll be happy about that. We hope that you'll come down to the library, find a book to read, check out our new furniture, see if you like it.
After consulting with the Wayne County Health Department, RHS has decided that seniors will get to have an in-person commencement this year. It will still be in Tiernan at 2 p.m. on June 6th. All guests will be seated upstairs with only handicap and student seating on the floor. Masks will be required and social distancing will be enforced. Attendance will be limited, though, with each senior getting 10 tickets for family and guests. Spectators must have a ticket to enter Tiernan Center. Tickets will be distributed to seniors at graduation practice on May 20th.
I want you to always remember, just as the many generous people who have donated to you today, that someday you too will think of your alma mater and pay it forward. Thank you. It has been an honor to be here today. We will see you on Sunday, June 6th at graduation at 2 p.m. right here in Tiernan Center.
There's no doubt that COVID was a big part of our year, and now, with vaccines and lower numbers of positives, next year may hold a return to normal.
I thought this year went well. It's a typical senior year, so it's very stressful. So yeah, it was nice. It was very nice. Yeah, so good luck next year. You're gonna need it.
I think the staff and students and the whole community did a really good job this year. I was super impressed with how people wore their masks, tried to social distance, stuck with it, and really worked through. It's a good example of, we talk about grit a lot, and it's a good example of people staying mentally tough and staying engaged and doing the right things and trying to just make the best of a bad situation. And I think overall, if you look back on the year, it was a really good year, so congratulations.
It has been a very strange year. 2021, but yesterday I was reflecting on how the school year went, and we actually had a lot of good things happen, and one of which was growing more plants and doing more inside work jobs in our class. We made paper and had more individual time with students because of the hybrid. So overall, I think it was a really good year. Everybody did a good job of staying safe and mitigating the COVID. So overall, I was very pleased this year.
I feel it was a very strange year, but we handled it rather well, all things considered. Everyone that needed to came to was able to came to school. They wore their masks. Ones that I was worried wouldn't wear their masks actually did better than I expected. And I'm just ready to get back to a normal school year next year.
All right, I guess my thoughts on this year is that we all made it happen with a collaborative approach. Everybody did what they were supposed to do, and because of that, we were able to stay open and make the best of it. Obviously, it was not an ideal year for anybody, but hopefully we'll get back to a relative normal here really soon.
I thought, although it was definitely harder than normal, the school year still went pretty well, even with COVID, and it did take some adjusting to do virtual classes, but still went pretty good.
This year I liked how it went with COVID because it gave me like an extra day to do work and stuff and like to sleep for real. So yeah.
All right, so how I think that things went with COVID this year, it was pretty stressful, and it was like weird not being able to see everybody's faces and all of the things that we had to overcome this year with the hybrid learning. It was really hard for a lot of students, and it was hard for teachers too, but I think that the community that we have in Richmond really let us all pull together, and I think that we made the best of this year that we could, even though it was challenging.
I think for a lot of people, it's been tough emotionally, it's been tough to stay organized, but I would say the good thing is that people have, more than any prior year that I've seen, paid attention to taking care of each other and to taking care of themselves. So that's one positive. I think there are other positives, but the big one for me is that people are taking care of each other.
This year has been a difficult change for all of us, students and teachers. To say the least, it's been an up and down roller coaster. The real curiosity is, what will next year bring?
Next year is going to be really interesting. It's almost going to be like a reintroduction. So we're going to have to get back in contact with each other and back in the groove of doing things 5 days a week probably. Get back into what school is actually like. You guys have been kind of off for like a year and a third, so we're going to have to get going. I think I'm going to be teaching a new class maybe. So this summer I'll be definitely looking at that. Then I'll be looking at all my old content that I do for both criminal justice and U.S. history. So, rework, revise, work on Canvas, because I changed my Canvas and how I do it this year. So it's been a lot of fun.
First semester, they didn't really seem to be as active as they were second semester, but once we held everybody accountable for attending the Google Meets, more people were active and more interaction with everybody in the Google Meets. As this online, I think that people are kind of learning at their own pace a little bit. Some people really thrive at learning their own pace, and some people want to have that teacher interaction or the interaction with their peers. So some students work better, at home, and some people work better here in the classroom. As a teacher, it was more difficult probably with them at home, because something that I could show them in maybe seconds, this is how you do it, it became more difficult to do it, over the internet.
Right. This year has definitely been tough for kids, and that has been evident the entire year. That's honestly been the hardest part to manage, just trying to make sure that the kids I'm interacting with are okay. I've been sad all year long.
Okay, and are you excited to come back next year and do full-time with all your students?
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. My thought process is this year was just like a trial year for me because it was my first year teaching, and the next year is my real first year.
Well, I think online is very good because you can have in your, just in your own peace and safety, and you can be more close to the technology things and resources we have. Right. However, it's challenging because the one-on-one is something you can see that you can have more practice when you are learning or you are teaching a second language. It's better to have a person because in this way you can be more close with the necessities of your students. And to me, this is just something is good, but I am fan number one to have my students in person.
This year has been tough. Thank you to all the teachers and students who has worked through it. Hopefully next year will bring more positive energy. Reporting live on the air, Kara Mullins.
With a more normal year possible for next year, some of our upperclassmen wanted to share some advice to next year's freshmen and upperclassmen.
Classes, don't be dumb. Don't get caught doing nothing bad.
To all the freshmen out there, run while you still can. Even when you feel like not doing something, you should give it your all because it'll benefit you in the end.
Find a way to make it through the day. That's my advice to you. Just find your own way to make it through the day.
Richmond's a great school and the teachers are great, and if you just pay attention in class, you'll be all right. Have a great school year, kids. I don't know.
Okay. All right, my advice to all the underclassmen would be to just take advantage of everything that we have here at this high school. The great teachers, the great programs, and all the great athletic programs. Just take advantage and do whatever that makes you happy.
Do y'all's best. Stay on top of y'all's homework. Do not let your friends get in the way of your homework, or you will fall behind. Do you understand me?
Don't slack off. I mean, you're really gonna regret it if you don't. You just gotta keep going. In this world, you can't give up. If you give up, just could be trampled on.
Through it all, our athletes worked to be out on the field and in the gym. It wasn't always easy, but they still found some success.
Your 2021 regional champions for 107.75 Richmond.
That's our show, and as we say goodbye for the summer, here's a look at some of our goose that never made it on the air. Have a great summer. Hey!
3, 2, 1.
Thanks, Savanah. Call us the boy. Sorry. Let's restart that.
And track, who is working out on Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 5:30 on Fridays sorry, I messed that up.
Only you can prevent forest fires. What's his name? Smokey the Bear? Yes, sir.
Seniors, get ready for graduation next week. Students, set out.
Wait. This week, and no new desks. We hope to get back to how it was before these masks and the pandemic. I hope you.
Will you get the vaccine? The state mandate. Sorry, I'm out of breath. My bad.